Is my... I know I put the frickin' neon on the crown. Go to the chase, then go to the FBP, then exit the garage. What the absolute FUD? Tofost, you there? I guess it's doing that glitch where it doesn't have the neon working again. I'm about to start racing in the crown if you want to see. I can actually use the Crown Vic in races. Yeah, the police car. It's a retired Crown, yes. It actually has the police symbols all over it. It has a police front bull bar, working lights and siren. No. The hood light bar doesn't do anything. Well, the hood light bar works. So when you cut the lights on, the top lights as well as the lights on the front bull bar are working.
Let's do this.
And before you ask, this Crown Vic is not slow. I have fully upgraded the Crown to its max level, and it is hella fast. No, the Crown Vic is actually a modified Ford Crown Victoria. The only difference is it has an interceptor. It's like it's a standard V8, but it's been boosted. So instead of having its normal horsepower, it's it's better for the 5.0 because think about it. If you're chasing like a Dodge Charger or a new Hellcat, the Crown Vic has enough grunt in the engine to catch them.
Gotta keep it up.
The only problem is the Crown Vic has one downside. Steering. It's very haphazard because... No, I shit you not. I'm like literally pulling on the wheel hard, and the steering is so lackluster. It's like there's enough grunt in the engine to get the front to like go. It's like got enough grunt to move, but when it comes to steering, there's really not much in the way of capable steering. Not really. The Crown Vic isn't slow. It's actually pretty fast, but the steering is so... You gotta take your turns in advance in order to get this thing to steer. And it's really hard to drift it. And you know what's funny? To add insult to injury, drifting the Crown is almost impossible. For straight line speed, it's got good speed. The only difficulties are handling, braking, and drifting. The only way I can get it to drift is if I get it too much speed and I lay into the throttle. If I try to do anything other, it won't do it. Well, the Crown Vic's not bad in the steering department, but when it comes to like changing direction really damn quickly, it won't do it. Alrighty, have a... No, it'll turn. It just takes it forever to steer. It's not like, I'll just nonchalantly turn left. It will turn, but it takes it forever to steer. But when it comes to its downright traction, it actually comes in handy. Because here's the kicker. What the Crown Vic may lack in, like, top speed, its traction is insane. I'm actually going to see if I turn the steering sensitivity up, will it actually... Okay, now it's wanting to turn. Oh, by the way, certain vehicles get 6 near misses and win the race. Well, that's easy. I'm going to Crown Vic. If they get in the way, I'll just push them out of the way with the bull bar. With the bloody push bar. Oh, by the way, you want to know the funny thing about the Crown Vic? I'm racing against Lamborghinis, and this thing is smoking them. No, only because of the top speed. My acceleration is insane.
Nice.
It does have one downside when it starts to bully. When this thing starts to bop into other vehicles, it will... It downright shunts them. Can't get it to drift again. So in my mind, if you're gonna think, if people are thinking, oh yeah, the Crown Vic sucks. Fully maxed out, the Crown Vic is actually a lot faster than it appears. The only downside is it will not drift regardless what you do to it. And for those who are watching and new to this game, don't pull the parking brake. Not even that will get this thing to slide. I've tried. Broom. What the fuck? I love how I near missed and it didn't work. What the actual FUD? Really? That does nothing for the Crown. Oh, this is fucking easy. Just whip the Crown around. Back it up. Pull forward. Grab the crate. Boogity 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 boo. Just start pulling. Really? A Corvette versus a Crown. Let's see how this works.
1 Adam 13, we're in pursuit of a 410 vehicle.
1 Adam 13, what is your location of travel?
Yep, Crown Vic does not give an absolute fuck. Which is normal for this thing.
All units, 1 Adam 13 is in pursuit. All available units, please respond.
Missed me.
1 Adam 13, please provide a location update.
Now heading eastbound through Mount Providence.
Copy.
Really?
1
Ramming a
Adam 13.
Crown Vic. What part of
Now heading eastbound.
ex-police car and
Copy.
durable
Subject
as
heading
absolute...
eastbound, approaching Liberty
What?
Desert.
Turn. Yep, that did nothing. Come on, Crown. Like I said, Crown Vic gives 0 fuds when it comes to pushing it. Don't pinball me around. This thing will bully. You know what?
Moving to pin them in.
Oh, you want to play. And you ate shit because of that. That's why you don't play peekaboo and pinball with a Crown Vic. Crown Vic's got the top speed on these guys.
813, we've lost visual.
And slam the parking brake.
All units.
Do a J slide.
All right, they're gone.
That looks f***ing epic. It just spins out. And it just irritates me that some people just hate this Crown because it's just, in their opinion, not that good. .365. I don't really have all that much power, so this is oh, that's just for the fucking time. Oh, I keep forgetting that.
Here we go. Nice.
Finally, I got this thing. Did I really just get the Crown Vic licked?
Gotta keep it up.
Which, for those who are new to this channel, when I mean licked, I've tamed the Crown, is what I'm technically saying. It's still a little haphazard, but what do you expect? It's a fucking Crown Vic. It's not always going to do what you want it to do without it misbehaving just slightly. Oh yeah, I've got that steering down really well. It'll turn now, it just doesn't care for... Get out of my way. Fucking pedestrians, 500 yards remaining. I could have beat that time if that fucking pedestrian didn't get in the way. I could have literally beat it. There's no question of that. The Crown Vic is not that fucking slow. And yet, pedestrians just get in the fucking way of this thing. So, if you newbies think, if you've just got the game, the Crown Vic is worth it. when it comes down to the vehicle itself. You just need to take into account it's still a Crown Vic. It's not always gonna... Okay, that rock always fucks this thing up. Or that rock always fucked me up. I do not even know where that thing is to begin with. Because you can't fucking see it. But like I said, this is a fucking Crown Vic. It's... oh, Lord. It's durable, so don't worry about it. It can take a few knocks. Some of them more than others. If fucking pedestrians would stop getting in the fucking way. Which, by the way, pedestrians in this game are complete idiots. They have no self-preservation. They just literally... oh, finally the LEDs are fucking working. Guess the LEDs don't work in the bloody light. Oh, for fuck's sake. There I go, pinballing off everything again. Got one hell of a shunt, though. So if you rookies or newbies are thinking, don't get the Crown Vic, you'd be surprised what the Crown Vic can do. I've beat the entire game with nothing but and nothing less than the Crown Vic. So take that into consideration. And I had this game on medium, and I still beat it in a Crown Vic. Actually, I beat it on hard, I think. I went back to easy just because I beat the game, so I didn't feel like I needed to have it on hard anymore. That, and completely honest, I didn't feel like playing it in hard anymore. But I have beat the game in entirely nothing but hard. So if you're new guys starting out in the game, don't worry about vehicles. Just, if there's a vehicle that says abandoned, don't be afraid of it. The Crown Vic is pretty decent. Oh yes, and the Buick does come with a turbo as standard. It's normal. But like I said. Hey Toe, what's up? Oh, and PSD rookies everywhere, don't change the wheels of the Buick. Good Lord. Stock this Buick is not bad. Really? It's stuck at 97? I know damn well I was going faster than that. With all that momentum, that was bull. But like I said, game's not entirely perfect. And P.S. for those who think spamming the nitrous is a good idea, don't spam the bloody nitrous. That'll get you into trouble way too damn quickly. Believe me. Yeah. No, your car will continue going straight for about 200 to 300 feet. If you're not smart enough and you hit the brake while nitrosing, you might drift around the corner just quick enough without smacking a wall. But don't be a muppet when you're driving a vehicle. And P.S. for all those that think stanced is better for some vehicles, don't stance a Buick. Don't stance any old muscle cars. They do not like being stanced. Don't give them negative camber. Because like everybody knows, old muscle cars do not like camber. Keep them their stock ride height. Well, no. No offense, most cars don't like being stanced, but some of them can get away with it. But for old muscle cars especially, don't stance them. It irritates me that people say, I'll just give this thing negative camber and see how fast it is. The negative camber does add one downside to your vehicle. Steering. Remember how I said the steering is haphazard? Mm-hmm. Not only that, muscle cars are only built and designed for another one thing. Their sheer horsepower. Old muscle cars are not exactly designed to be lowered to the bottom of the ground, like where the bottom's almost scratching the pavement. Especially the Buick, because you want to know what happens to the Buick if it's lowered that low? Well, I'll give you a hint. The Buick has a titanium oil pan. If that hits the ground once, the titanium oil pan will shatter. No, it will shatter. Tofost, the aluminum oil pan will not break or crack. It will shatter from the sheer impact. Heck, the whole engine of the Buick is technically the block itself is cast iron, so that you don't have to worry about getting nicks and scratches. But two things you have to... White fox, you motherfucker. No, if the oil pan shatters, the engine will lose oil pressure, seize up, and pretty much be useless because the block will completely seize up. Like the engine will block, the motor itself will lock up. Yeah, the engine block itself will pretty much seize up due to oil exhaustion. Which means the engine will pretty much be fucked. And there's nothing you can do to fix it. Well, you can fix it, but it'll take hours upon hours of fixing the block itself to get it to unseize. And then you'll be wondering why your stupid idea of lowering the car to its max was a good fucking idea anyway. To be brutally honest, in Need for Speed, I always go for the approach of make your car look like it's, you know, standard. Make it look like it doesn't have anything special about it. It fucks with people, believe me. I've made Lamborghinis really pissed with my Crown Vic. Because they thought they lost me, and I was still behind them the whole time. And I passed them. And they were wondering how a Crown Vic kept up with them. It's because I kept it. In all honesty, people should really not be stupid enough to lower cars to the minimum ride height. I mean, tuners, I'm okay with that. They're designed to be lowered that fucking low. But muscle cars, leave them the fuck alone. For Christ's sake, use your fucking brain. And I'm not calling all of you guys idiots who ever do it, but if you've got like a wide body kit on it, that's understandable. But if you want to make people really pissed with your muscle, have it look something like my Buick. It will make them mad. Because they'll say, oh, it's stock. And it will whoop their ass. Like, tell them you've got the power level, but you ain't got the handling characteristic. They will bloody rage over it. Believe me. I have made 3 Lamborghini owners really pissed with just a Crown Vic. And it was all down to the fact that my Crown Vic looked bone stock. In all honesty, Don't judge a book by its cover. Especially when it's a Buick.
Racking up the wins.
I hate you, white fox. I hate you. Give me something I don't have. Really? A level 5 block. Thanks. Oh, and for those who like to, put tires on your cars, only do that to certain vehicles. Like, vehicles you don't want people giving them a heads up that the vehicle's maxed. In all honesty, I like keeping my vehicles where they look completely, like they're nothing. Like, it's completely bone stock. And it will piss them off. Believe me, I've done it. I've done it more than once, but with some of the people, they kind of deserved it. Because I will say this, people in this game talk crap a lot. So for those who've just started this game, if you've got someone saying, "Oh, I can smoke you," completely ignore him. Pay no attention to him. Trust me. It'll work out for you in the long haul. Here, I'll show all the people why I don't like stancing vehicles. Now, the Buick is technically a muscle, so take that into account. The Buick is a bona fide, standard muscle car. Now, whoever thinks this stance is perfect for this thing is a complete, utter fool. Because, remember, this thing has a cast iron block with a titanium oil pan. In real life, if you stance the car just like what I'm going to do, you're going to have all kinds of problems. And it's not just going to be the ride height that's going to fuck with you. It's going to be the bloody power. So if you do something like this, don't do it. It will fuck this thing up bad. What I prefer is to keep the car bog standard, looking badass. And before you guys say there's no perfect skin for the Buick, I beg to differ. I'm just looking around for a skin. You don't necessarily need to have a skin on the Buick. Because the Buick is so bog standard, it just looks badass. For those of you who want to make the Buick look cool, go with the gloss. Don't go with the fucking save changes. New save. And people who say do modifications to it, don't. Unless it looks something like really wicked on the Buick, don't do it. It looks weird otherwise. Like, I'll show you the lights I don't like. All of these I don't like. These, however, I don't mind. But don't do this. That just looks stupid. And those who think the side skirts look any better, they don't. Normally what I do something along the lines of something that looks pretty... It looks normal. So for those who want to make a Buick look bad to the bone, that exhaust style will work for it. And P.S., that diffuser will work alongside that. Just take into account that you're trying to make a car look like it's slightly but not all the way modified. Just don't make the Buick look downright dumb. I will say this, you will have to change the calipers and rotors. Because I'm going to be honest, it had brake discs. So if you want this thing to look like it was when it was built, brake drums. That's pretty much how it looked. And don't fuck with the calipers, just go straight to the brake drums. Because that's exactly what this thing had when it was first built. So take into account that the Buick is not really all that good. By the way, secondary, always chrome it out. If it's not the black spot. So, if you want to chrome something out, chrome the outer ridge. Like, do this. That, chrome, all. And then look at your work. Because it will downright appear... P.S. For those who want to black out the rims, metallic them. Like, go to black. Like, go to black. And then look at all the colors. Matte just doesn't look right. So between the two, either go with gloss. Or was that satin? And then, perfect. The Buick's done. It looks bone stock. Nothing's different. Except for a few modifications to the exhaust. Otherwise, the Buick doesn't look like it's changed. But know this, people. Don't ever wide body the Buick. It just does not work. And P.S. if you're thinking of changing the taillights, don't do it. Unless you've got a design you're fine with, don't. And don't put a bloody spoiler on it. I always give it the sound system upgrade. And just put your name on the license plate. M-I-C. So, it's your car. And give it a background that you really like. Like, something like I've done. Just don't make the Buick look downright dumb. It won't work for your advantage. Trust me. If you want to make it outlandish, go with stuff like this. The Chase. I'm okay with neons. Just don't change the horn. That's one thing you don't need to do. But look, it's the standard bog standard Buick. And if you rookies want to find races that are pretty cool and fast to do, so anyone who watches this or is watching it on YouTube, know this. Always keep in mind the ride height of your vehicle. And before all you people ask, yes, the Buick, when you buy it, comes with a turbo already on it. It's a bog standard turbocharged Buick, because in real life, the Buick has a turbocharger. It's the only muscle that was built with one. And here's why. The Buick's engine is in absolutely sideways. So they couldn't really put a supercharger on a sideways Buick motor. So take into account that the Buick is not really the bog standard. It was always designed differently. Welcome to On Demand. Error. First time error code. What the fuck?
I got this. Nice.
And P.S. for you rookies out there, take this into account. The Buick is tail happy. It doesn't take a lot to get this thing to slide. So if you want an easy first car that will drift regardless how fast it's going, the Buick is in that category. Just remember, first car I got in this game was a 56 Buick. Was this Buick. And P.S. you can cut corners like that. Just make sure you're far enough ahead to do such a corner cut. And P.S. drift cars you can make. Buicks, Dodge Chargers, Ford Mustangs, as well as a couple of others. Drag cars are the same. There's not much I can do about that, folks.
Yes.
But the Buick looks badass racing. So if you want a car that'll look wicked while racing, it's not giving me things I need. And P.S. folks, if you're gonna make a car that's really fast, make sure nothing fucks with the brakes. And for those who don't know what I've done to this Dodge Charger, this is my recreation of the Dukes Hazzard car. And before you guys say, oh, Dodge Charger, slow as hell. This thing is not slow, including when you've upgraded the motor. So if you people don't understand, this car will absolutely murder anything at full speed. So if you folks say, oh, this thing is not going to be able to do anything at full speed.
I'm fine, gotta win.
This Dodge Charger will absolutely murder the competition.
Gotta stay ahead.
Okay, folks, there's nothing I could do in that. I'd like to see White Fox beat that time.
Crushed it.
And P.S. folks, if you're making a drift build, you have to make the Hoonigan just once. P.S. folks, if you want to know the best areas to get drift combos, go for areas that have really tight corners. Areas like this. Hit 15 objects, I can do that.
Showtime! Here we go. That'll do.
And P.S. muscle cars are easier to drift.
Keep it going, Mac. My bad. I am so incredibly talented. I have got to be setting a record or something. Keep it going. Probably one of my best runs in a while.
So fast. You know, I am doing a lot of things that would be considered illegal right now.
Woo!
Illegal in real life as well as should be in game. One of them, drifting on the main road.
Excuse me, superstar, coming through.
Well, think about it. I'm drifting on a road that's got traffic on it.
the king.
There's no way you're going to beat that unless you've got a really good drift build. So those who are watching, I am not drifting that zone because that drifts up a mountain. Actually, no, that one drifts up a mountain.
Gotta crush this. Nice. Gotta find the line. Okay, man. What else you got? All right.
You gotta get going?
I'm on fire.
Alright, see you later, bud. Get him.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
Alright, bye, bud.
Hell of a performance, if I may say so.
So anyone who's watching this, or if you do watch this, I'm going to give you hints on the best drift builds you can make.
Can't touch my skills. Not too shabby.
So I will say this, for anyone who's watching, muscle cars can drift just like anything else. It takes a little bit more finesse to get them going, though.
Hell yeah.
But once one of these things gets going, it's hard to counteract it.
king is here, baby.
There's no way in hell you're gonna beat that score unless you've got a really high-powered car. Why do I keep doing that? I can just go into the start menu and open it. Gearbox, ECU. I need a head in the block. I need a new head and a new ECU.
crush these angles. Good stuff. Keep it in. All right, showtime. I could hit these angles all day. There we go. Nice. Showtime, baby. How long can you hold this, Mac? The king is here, baby. Let's go, let's go. There we go. Here we go. Mac is beast. Playtime's over. Lose this back. That was amazing. Yeah, this is Unit 23. We have someone out here who's verifiably on fire, over and out. Do not lose this drift, Mac. I am a drifting prodigy, baby. to show off. See that? I should try this with my eyes closed. Woo! I am on fire. Keep the focus, Mac. You're killing it. Let's do this. Talk about form, baby. Woo! Watch and learn. Top man.
ECU.
Gonna crush this. Stay in it, Mac. Woo, man, intense. Playtime's over. There goes my finesse. show 'em. Yeah, let's do this. Aces. I own this city, baby. Crap. I am untouchable.
I'm pretty good at drift builds.
Showtime. Don't lose it, Mac. Man, I am good. Can't touch my skills. You seeing this? Focus, Mac. crush these angles. Gotta find the line. Good stuff. Playtime's over. I am so incredibly talented. Hell yeah. I have got to be setting a record or something. Oh, come on. All right, showtime. Whoa, man, I am on fire! Woo, here we go! Eyes on the prize, Mac. Now we're talking. Check out this form. Some men break, I break records. the man.